podcast is BYOT. Bring your own tacos. Dick swinging.
You're listening to American Slacker Podcast.
We can say fuck.
With Matthew Gertz and Jesse Landers.
I don't care, I've been smoking, this is cool. That's a decent amount of sausage. This man needs a doctor! Yeah, I just hope they're tasty. What's up with these clowns, man? Cut the lights and went through people's pockets. Don't you point that at each other. Let them smoke a little. You need to step it up to that point. We're not gonna lead with the. We're not gonna lead with
Okay, so when I was 13, maybe 13, 14, I remember being a kid and my appendicitis burst. And so as a kid, you don't even know what an appendicitis is. All you know is hospital, fear, panic straight away. I'm going to be cut.
Yeah.
And, so I get rushed to hospital and I'm trying to play cool and stuff, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to, go to the operating room and everything. And they had this before smartphones and stuff. They had this massive whiteboard of all the people who were going into operations, and my name was at the bottom of the list. And I remember I got these jolting pains, and no, we're going to escalate him to the top of the list now. He's going in straight away.
Oh shit!
And, so I go in, and they put the gas mask on me, and they're like, count down from 10. And because I'm in such a panic, I'm not shutting off. And they're like, just relax, calm down from 10. And then the doctor's like, all right, give him another higher dosage. And they edge it up a bit more, and I'm still not going to sleep.
Break the fucking valve off, it sounds like.
Yeah. And so finally I go to sleep. And they say in an operation, you go to sleep and you wake up in recovery, total time lapse. And for some reason, I've still got the mask, and I hear the heart machine going off, and I can hear the doctors, and I can't even describe the pain, man. It was just, it was beyond life. But I remember waking up squealing, in the high notes as a kid, and I looked down, cause when the gas kind of wears off, when the gas is on you, you're basically paralyzed. But when the gas wears off, you can sort of still feel your body. And I looked down, and I was basically where my waist is, open,
oh god,
legit open. And as a 13-year-old kid, man, that's just I'm terrified of going into hospitals now, and going out on the operation table. I've had nightmares about it, man, where I'll be on an operator and I'll wake up in shock, oh, thank God it was just a dream.
God.
Yeah, it was a bad experience, man. And it was at this place that we got here in Sydney called RPA Sydney, and it's meant to be one of the best in Australia. And I'm like, well, they didn't do a good job of me, did they? It's, yeah.
Well, dude, it's crazy. When you get operated on your brain, they keep you awake the whole time because they need to make sure they're not fucking going to hit anything that's going to cause permanent damage. That's what you think about, man. They're working on your head, and you're just yeah, my name is blah, blah, blah. I'm, however old.
Answering Jeopardy questions.
It's Silence of the Lambs, man. Yeah, when he's cutting the brain out of you.
So when you woke up, did they just, what they do, just hold you down and gas you again?
Yeah, so the machine was going off, and it was just jolting pains, and I just squint, and it they probably thought I was still asleep. But when I started, it literally shocked the doctors, and he was screaming at the nurses saying switch him off, and they put turn the knob to turn the gas back on, and I went back out and I woke up in recovery. So it was that few seconds of pain, and just fear, and then turned back off, and then woke up in recovery. So it was it was kind of after the Marvel credits when they give you that little snippet, the next thing. But yeah, man, I know what you mean with brain operations and stuff. My grandfather, he's going blind, and was it the retina behind the eyeball or whatever? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when he had to see what was wrong with that, he said that because you can't sleep with your eyes open, so they numb your whole face, and they had to literally cut out his eyeball to see what was behind it. So they're pulling out his eye, and he's awake.
Oh man, now I see where your fascination for horror movies comes from.
Yeah, man, like slasher films and everything. Yeah, just
callbacks to these horrible memories.
Well, basically, man, like in the VHS days, it's such a corny movie now, but early days when I was like 5 and 6 and stuff, I remember watching that first scene in Scream 1 where like Drew Barrymore gets gutted and hung from the tree, and it just scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Oh.
Yeah,
so good. Yeah, I have the movie poster for that. It's one of my favorite slashers of all time.
Oh, it's such a great film, man. Like, a lot of people take the piss out of me. Like, Scream, really? That's one of your, like, top ones? I'm like, man, that intro to that movie where she's, like, running around the house and the parents catch her later on, man, it's just... Wes Craven was a genius. And as a little kid in my little Power Ranger pajamas, I remember I had this friend that came over, and I was like, let's put on a horror movie, put on Scream. We put it in the VHS, and we got it to about where she gets like stabbed, I think, in the jugular, and she's trying to call out to her parents, and he's like, turn it off, and he wanted to call his mum to take him home.
Oh man.
And so we call it, he calls her up, and she doesn't pick up the phone, and she, retraces the quarter, where you're calling back. Yeah. And because we're like little kids, it was probably 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and she calls it back, and we thought it was the killer on the phone. We literally squealed and cried and wet our pants and everything as like little 5-year-olds. Just,
what's your favorite scary movie?
Yeah, it's so horrible. But now it's like one of my favorite films, man. Like,
hell yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's fucking legendary. You think of like horror masks, it's like you think of Michael Myers, like Jason, and fucking the Scream mask,
Yeah, like, just they're so obsessed with horror movies. Billy Loomis and stuff. Like, they'd start stabbing each other at the end of the film, just to prevent the horror movie.
Yeah. I think you went too deep, man.
And he like goes on to play like Shaggy and stuff in the Scooby-Doo series.
Zoink, Scoob!
Oh my god, yeah, a lot of roles.
Yeah, just he was good, man. A recent film was it The Descendants or something? No, what was it? So the one with George Clooney where his wife cheats on him with like another guy.
That's The Descendants, right?
Yeah. And he was like the guy, like, he's like the guy that she cheats on him with, and I'm like, dude, that's Stu from Scream.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it seems like a downgrade to me. I don't know, man. Going from George, like what?
Yeah, hey man, he did like Batman and Robin, man. Like that was just such a shocker. Like, you just can't go wrong with that.
Oh wait, with Clooney playing Batman, you mean?
Yeah,
one of my least favorite Batmans, I've got to say. Him and Val Kilmer, I don't know where it fits.
I would say before we get too far into Batman, maybe we should introduce who we're talking to.
Hell yeah. Welcome to American Slacker. As always, I'm Matt.
And I'm Jesse, and today on the show we have Mugzy. Very happy to have you in here. We've been chatting for a bit now.
Oh, man, before we hit the record button, but thanks so much, guys, for having me on the show, and obviously I'm in the future right now, but speaking about all these different movies, so of course it's natural in the movie world to speak in time portals and stuff. So
yeah, true.
Yeah.
You want to let our listeners know a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, man. So like, obviously I do hip hop music. I'm from Sydney, Australia, the land down under. So obviously, Hugh Jackman's, your Heath Ledgers, and your Chris Hemsworths. And we've had the trios.
And Mugzy, don't forget.
Yeah, we've had the trios, like they're the best superheroes so far. And the best Joker as well. I'll put that in there for the Batman topic later.
Oh man,
So I do hip hop music, man, and like, what can I say? It's just incorporated me in like every way and aspect of life, and just like my views and stuff on life as well. And I came from the era of the early thousands and the 90s, man. So I guess I'm an old cat, because like when the kids come to me now, like, hey, but pop in Lil Xan or something, I'm like, nah, pop in Rakim, or it's like oh, we're listening to Lil Yachty now, and it's just like, nah, put in Wu-Tang Clan. Like,
right?
Yeah, man. Can't go wrong.
That's kind of our wavelength as well. So I guess we'd be the old cats too.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that, but yeah, I guess we are classified that way now.
Getting there. Now you've been putting stuff out for a while. It looks like your first album released around like 2009 or so.
Yeah, 2010. It was like a little. It wasn't really much of an album. It was more like a demo.
Okay.
And then yeah, because I was just starting off as like a sort of late teenager, but my proper sit down and analyze and want to focus to make like my craft was Understand Me, which was 2013. So I still count it as my second album because they're two releases in the end.
Right.
But yeah, when 2013 rolled along, man, I was doing music since 2010. And I just thought there's got to be more to the entertainment industry than music. So I jumped into the acting field of things, and it's pushed me to 2018 where we are now. And my fans are like, we got to hear new stuff. And I'm like, man, I've totally forgot. It's just acting work's been giving me so much like parts and stuff that, music is just, I got to figure out a time to sit down and write. So I guess I'm like the Australian Mark Wahlberg in a way, man, like Marky Mark, and then, now he's like this big time.
Good point.
Yeah. So I've got my references, man, even though I'm like across the globe. But yeah, it's crazy because I've never had acting, schools or, teachings and stuff like that. And when I go down to these roles, sometimes sometimes I think, man, what am I doing here? Like I don't have all this, this training and stuff. But then I get into a frame of mindset, man, where it's like, look, man, I want this to happen more than anything. So like to try and make a living off it. So whatever the hurdles are to get over, just do it, man. And it's for some weird reason it just conquers me to the next role and then the next role, and the directors just love it, man. So I don't need no training and everything, which is crazy. That's man.
Fantastic.
It
sounds like you're a natural, if anything.
I think it annoys some of the people because it's kind of like, they're like, oh, what acting school do you go to? And sorry about the washing machine in the background if you can hear that noise.
No problem. At all, actually.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I went to this acting school for like 4 years or something. How long you been doing it for? And I said, oh, no, like a month or so when I first started off. They're like, oh, you're getting roles left, right, and center. I was like, yeah, I guess so.
Well,
that's good.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, and I mean, I've heard multiple actors say that they've been coached by certain people and told you got to be careful of who you let coach because you don't want to lose the natural intuition that you have with acting, and you might just have that natural flow, man, where you like can dive in,
Well, yeah, like there's so many acting. I always get emails from like, hey, come to this, training class or come to this to better your skills and learn from this, high up actor. And I guess it sounds a bit egotistic in a way, but I look at the person, I'm like, I've never heard of this person before, so why would I pay $300 for them to train me?
It's like if they could give you those skills, why aren't they just using them themselves to be an actor?
True. Yeah.
It's sort of like Hugh Jackman's teaching a class. I'll be like, oh well, fuck it, I'll pay my $300 to do that. But it's like, oh, so and so that was on like one episode of, I don't know, Home and Away, like that would and it's like, well, I pay $300 for that when I can just call up like an agency and they like, hey, I want to be an extra on this,
So is that mainly how it works out there? Is you work through agencies to kind of get you the parts?
Some people do, man. They get fooled into the system where it's like they pay, $300 to get their photos up, and then you give it to an agent, and then they send it out to directors and stuff. But from how many people want to be an actor over here and everything, their books are so damn full that they rarely get anything for you. So I use a site called Star Now. It's kind of like a job kind of site where a lot of people just post up heaps of acting roles or music roles, and I just apply for them. And if they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. And you got like your own little profile, kind of like a Facebook page where you put up all your credentials and stuff, and they can see what you've done and everything, so they can say, well, this guy looks more professional than the other. So no, I'm just independent with it, man. I used to when I first started off, I used to be with like an agent and stuff, and they didn't find me much because their books were so damn full. But I was just starting off, man, so I didn't know what I was doing.
What kind of projects are you mainly doing? Like, is it comedy, drama, kind of?
No, I always get drama roles, man. Like, the whole, like white drug dealer, or
oh, you're getting stereo cast already?
Yeah, I've been put in the stereo thing,
Wait,
man,
have I seen you on Law and Order?
Nah, man.
Law and Order Down Under?
Yeah, or I'd love to be on SVU, man. I was a huge fan of that back in the day.
Like, I could play a great dead body. Like, let me get on that shit.
Just let me in there.
Like, they raped him and left him here. Like, did you see me? Show to Thanksgiving, or I guess Christmas.
Yeah, I think like the hardest role I ever had to do was I'm so lovable to people. I love it, meeting everyone and giving everyone a chance. And I remember rocking up to this thing, no training, like I said at the first of this, and the guy's like, I'm making this hip hop sort of like hip hop sort of abusive romantic kind of movie, like where it's a boyfriend who's loves his wife but is abusive to her and doesn't want her to like go with like other men, and she's like forcing to leave him and take the kids away from him and that sort of thing. And I said, and all I was attracted to was the word hip hop. I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, just hip hop and nothing like that. And he's like, come down, do a little test run, and if we don't like it, we don't like it. If we do, we do. And I'm like, all right, cool. So yeah, we went down there, and I said, well, what is the role and take? And he's like, all right, well, they had the actress in the room, and the makeup department was, giving her like pattering her down with like a black eye and like a busted lip. And I was like, all right, what's going on here? And he's like, all right, you're gonna play the abusive boyfriend. You got to get on and act like you're beating her and stuff. And I was like, what, like that? And he's like, yeah, this is what I was telling you about. And and I was like, we've had so many people come in, and they've either can't bring out that inner, like that aggressive side onto a woman, or they go too overboard with it to the point of like it just looks like, how do I explain it, like psychotic in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, like we want that middle ground where it's like you kind of are abusive, but it's like keeping her in control, I don't know if that makes sense. And it's like, all right, so you want angry, not psycho, and like that sort of thing. He's like, yeah, correct. So I went to the bathroom and I was like, all right, give me a few minutes. And I thought of Eminem's song Kim on his Marshall Mathers LP album.
Okay.
Where he's like, full like killing her and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, just wonder what Dr. Dre would have thought when he recorded that song. He probably thought he was a psychopath. So I walked back in, got on top of her, and just like did the part. And he was like, forget, all the other people, you got the role and stuff. And I remember like being such apologetic to her, like, I'm sorry. And we're like, we're just acting. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't condone that on no women and nothing like that.
Yeah. That puts you in quite the awkward situation.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah. So like, that's what they trained him up for, like to get in this. And I just walked in like, all right, just fucking man, like I got to do it. Yeah. Yeah. So crazy times, man.
You gotta screen those jobs a little bit.
Yeah,
they're gonna sign you up for like a gonorrhea ad or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Like I've had herpes for 4 years. Like I didn't want this position.
Oh God, man.
Yeah,
it's like I don't want to be the face of herpes for Australia. Come on, like
man.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a trickster of an industry, man. They can trick you on anything. Yeah.
They're pretty limited in that description, right? When they when you're like responding to the ad for like the job, you're like, and then like read something and you get there and it's like you're fucking you got to get butt naked and we need you to slide down this slip and slide covered in vegetable oil.
And then you're gonna hold this peanut butter jar up to the camera. It's like what?
Yeah, they were totally gonna kill Jiffy.
Not that, but like there was this one time where they're like, we need extras, just background extras for this party scene where it's like it's gonna be like a house party. I said, oh, I've been to plenty of house parties. This is cool. And I rock up and I meet the director and stuff, and the people start coming in with like the like colorful colors and weird like sort of skin tight jeans and all of that, and I'm like, oh, okay, and then I said, well, what's this film about? And he's like, it's so many people trying to like ask questions to him, so they're just like, what have we walked into? And I look behind me and there's like two guys rehearsing their scene, and like they're like full making out with each other and stuff. I'm like, oh God. I know, like each to their own, man, personally. Yeah, exactly.
But then I'm sure in the back of your mind you're like, do I have to make out with some dude today?
I was like, whoa, man. Like what if I was like, okay, like what if I walked into and he's like, no, you're just an extra at the party, but it's about this film. It's about this guy where he's coming out and he's coming out to his friends and his family for the first time, and that's the concept of the story. It's kind of like a short film. I said, all right, well, yeah, if I'm an extra that's cool. Like like I'm into women, man, not guys.
It's like I'll be passively gay in the background as long as you're not making me actively gay on camera. Then like
like, hey, I'll even slap a dude's ass.
My compensation,
Exactly, man. Like that was a weird one I walked into. I was like, whoa, damn, man. Yeah, I've had some weird experiences, man. On it. Yeah, it's like, all right.
What kind of hours does that run? Yeah, are you up like early, or is that late night kind of work, or is it all over the place?
My longest time I've done, man, which it wasn't a feature role, it was an extra role, was when Jackie Chan came to Australia in 2016 for his film Bleeding Steel. Wow. There was heaps of press on it, like he was up on the Opera House doing this fight scene and everything. But there was a scene where he was, where did we film it? It was down near some water bank thing that was on like Sydney Harbour. And they made like this little carnival kind of scene where he's on this ride with his wife and daughter, and then the villains come out and they do this whole fight scene. And I was one of the extras in the background walking past, almost thinking, whoa, what the hell's going on here? Yeah. And honestly, man, like I grew up watching Jackie Chan adventures and stuff, and like Rush Hour.
Bad day.
Yeah, but, yeah. But like I wasn't starstruck, man. Like I was just like, look, he's doing his job and stuff, man. Like, it's cool, but yeah, it's not like Will Smith or something where I'll be like, oh my God, But that was crazy. That was probably, we started at 3:00 in the afternoon, and I got home probably 12:00 or 1:00 the next day, man. So I had to pull in all night with that one. So a lot of caffeine, and it was on the last night of winter as well. And they wanted it to be a summer movie. So when we rocked up to like, the makeup department and clothing department, they're like, you got to wear summer clothes. And I was like, you're kidding me, right? Like this is a winter night. And they're like, yeah, like just for the scenes. And then when they stop rolling, we'll rug you up in jackets and stuff. I said, this is going to be horrible. But yeah, I just have to keep my inner strength to go through with it.
Yep.
But for the
I heard that they did that with the Bane scene, not to bring it back to Batman again, but they had everyone
not to bring it back to Batman. It always goes back to Batman.
They had everyone in like winter like coats in that stadium that Bane blows up.
Oh yeah.
But it was like middle of fucking summer. Like people are going to be passing out like 90-degree weather, and you're in like a coat and a hat and a scarf.
I think the worst one that I got, speaking of hot, cold, or just freakishness, was last year. Comedian Josh Gad. Is it Josh Gad? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's on that train movie. I can't remember. Yeah, Josh Gad and
is that Snowman and Frozen?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and the chick from Black Panther, she won 12 Years a Slave. Lupita
Nyong'o.
Great movie, 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah. Oh, I cried my eyes out on that movie. That was so traumatic.
That all occurred right here, up by me in Saratoga.
Yeah, and so they were both on the film, and they're doing this film down here called Little Monsters, and it was about these comedy movie about these preschool teachers taking their kids out on a vacation or something, and like a day vacation, and zombies like raid the place. Kind of a B-grade movie, but I was one of the zombies on the film. And
wait, not the 1989 Little Monsters with Fred Savage.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's surprising.
Howie Mandel.
Yeah, like the location was probably 3 or 4 hours away from me, and I was like, look, I'm just gonna do it for. They wanted me down there for like 3 days or something, but I had no transportation, like nowhere to stay. So I said to them, 1 day, suit me up as a zombie. That's cool. And they're like, yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, one day. And then I rock up, and Josh Gad walks out, and Lupita and stuff. I said, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I know them and stuff. And the whole time they put me like head to toe in zombie makeup, prosthetics, and all that kind of stuff, dirt, mud, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking this whole time they better have showers or something at the end of this, because I got to travel like 4 hours home on like public transport and stuff. And so we do the shoot, and they're like, all right, God, that's a wrap, guys, safe travels home, da-da-da-da-da. And I go to the makeup department, and I'm just like, all right, you can take you can take this off me now. And they like take the prosthetics off, but they keep the blood in the makeup on. And like, oh, we don't have showers here. Well, I thought you were from Sydney. I said, no, I'm from the Central Coast, which is like 4 hours. And they're like, oh. And I said, look, this is going to be a funny story for my friends. I'm just going to bite the bullet and do it. And literally catching a bus and 2 trains home, man. Like, could you imagine that? Like,
what kind of
like,
looks did you get?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, like I got some terrifying looks, and a few people saying like, what happened to you? And I was like,
should have filled a duffel bag with basketballs and put some carried it around. It's like, I wonder what's in the bag.
A little experience like that, their beard, man. So like, I just said it was a bar fight, pretty much.
Yeah, there you go. You should see the other guy.
Yeah, yeah, good times, man. But crazy ass stories.
Yeah, man. So what have you been working on lately? You got any new music coming out soon? You working on stuff at all, or?
Honestly, man, I missed the high from performing and over the mic and performing in front of crowds. Like, I love doing all these different characters, and the case may be, but nothing beats the adrenaline high of performing in front of crowds and stuff, man. So for this year, hopefully, going on to early next year, I want to do a 2-disc third album. So put as much content on as possible. And just release another album, and 3's my lucky number, man. So hopefully it takes me further up in the game, for sure.
Nice. Yeah, we'll be sure to share it and like spread it around as much as we can too.
Like the beats that I've got, man, that I play on like my iPod, like I've got them. I just got to write stuff to them. They just sound incredible, man. And I feel that personally, like when they get released, something about them. It's kind of like I can just see him like being really great to the listeners. Like when I recorded my first and second hour, it was cool. So I can't wait to get this out. But for some weird reason, these beats for the third one, I can look into the future sort of thing. I think these it's kind of like I'm carving this masterpiece in a way, and it's like I can't wait for this to be released, man.
You see the statue in the marble.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's sort of like I listen to these beats over and over, and I'm carving this portrait of these lyrics and stuff, and I just got to like, it's not like full, portrayed lyrics. It's more blurbs of them. Like it'd just be like, oh, maybe I could write this here, or maybe I could write this here. Like not a full structure yet, but at the same time, I'm thinking when this happens, something about it's going to be great for me, and like I can't wait to record it, man. Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm sure it'll go well since 3's your lucky number, as you said.
Yeah, and like recently, man, Sydney Film School, which is like one of the big ones over here in Australia or New South Wales, hit me up, and like we wanted to do like we saw your fan page and what you've done and who you've interviewed, or who's interviewed you, and all this kind of stuff, and we want to do like a mini documentary on you and submit it to film festivals and stuff. And I was like, yeah, man, like, yeah,
awesome.
where did that come from, and they're just like, so I went down to a meeting with them like 2 nights ago, and that's pretty big. Like, yeah, for me personally, like, not a lot of underground artists over here get documentaries made on them. Like, it's
absolutely.
mainly like developed artists, like, huge artists like your Michael Jacksons and stuff get docos, not underground like artists. So yeah, like I was like, yeah, sign me down. So we're going to try and film that in second week of June. So yeah, they're going to come to my house and do the whole barge in on my family and everything, and it's going to be
the MTV True Life.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So yeah, those are the two things up in the works at the moment, man. For sure. Cool. Yeah, man.
We're looking forward to more stuff from you, and now you got me hyped for this documentary that I didn't even know about.
Yeah,
I love docos, man. Like, especially if it's a good one. The last one I watched was that Defiant ones with Eminem and Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre and stuff. Man, it was just such a good doco, man. Like, I couldn't believe he was in love with Jimmy Iovine was dating Stevie Nicks at the time, man. Before he met like Dre and everyone. That wigged me out, man. Just
it's crazy,
man. And who else was it? Was it Bob Dylan? I don't know. It was someone, but it told his whole backstory. John Lennon. He worked with John Lennon and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that John Lennon gave him his first role, like as a engineer and like a producer and all that. So, man, what a story, you know? Just where am I going in my career? I need to run into someone big like that. Yeah.
You seem to be quite the movie buff, from documentaries to horror to Jackie Chan action films that you star in. Yeah, that's right. I said star in.
Yeah, yeah, extra in. Yeah. No, I remember this funny, because we're speaking about acting, man. When Mel Gibson came down to Oz to film Hacksaw Ridge, it's when I was still with that agency. They're like, look, we want, like what my beard is now, we want you to build this scraggly beard, because I think it was World War II or World War One or something, and just make it heaps grubby looking and everything, because you might get like the role as one of the soldiers getting shot in the head. And I thought, all right, how long do I have to grow this for? And like, give it a few weeks and we'll get in contact with you. And so I'd walk up to like job interviews and stuff, and they're like, you could have at least had a shave. And I'm like, no,
I'm trying to get this other job.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm holding it up for a movie. And it got to the point where I think it was the third week in, and I'm like, why aren't they calling my phone? Or just emailing saying, yes, you got it, no, you haven't. So send them a message. Send them a message and a few calls, didn't pick up. And, send them a message, and it was like, seen, hasn't replied. And I said, all right, F this, I'm gonna shave it off. So I shaved it all off, and they sent me a message, and they were just like, yeah, you didn't get the part, like that. And I was like, that was such a gamble. Like, what if you said, yeah, you got the part? It's like, oh, well, I've shaved off my beard. Like, yeah. So they were a bit of a dick of an agency, to be honest.
Man. That sucks that, like, it's your physical appearance is determined whether or not you get the job, too. It's like the only industry where they can do that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, fucking beard. Like, some people can't even grow a beard. What are they? They're fucked.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, man. Like, me personally, I'm cool with, actually, no, I'm not cool with shaving my beard, like, completely off. I haven't done that since probably year 11 in high school. I don't know, when I was going to play for it. Like,
I usually keep mine.
Yeah, I've kept it, and like, it's to the point, it's so bad, man, where like, if it's a huge blockbuster film, I'll do it because the paycheck will be amazing. But for like an independent film where they're like, oh, we want you to shave your beard off, it's like, nah, ain't gonna happen. I could do like, I could maybe like shave most of it off, or like keep the mo and the goatee, but nah, nothing else beyond that. Yeah.
You gotta have a line drawn somewhere,
Yeah, what you're exactly, willing to do. I'll go nude, but I'll never shave this beard.
Exactly, man. Yeah, just I haven't had a nude roll yet. Thank God. Don't want to see that.
Nah, no dick swinging, balls hanging.
Nah, man. It's more like I'm not a Chris Hemsworth yet, so I'm not chiseled up, man.
There you go. As long as they can CGI the abs on, then you're good.
Yeah, true. Yeah, these days I can just like paint them on even.
Airbrush. Oh, be like The Rock and have like 12 bowls like 12 bowls for breakfast or something. What was it, the Hercules challenge he did?
Oh my God!
He like had 12 bowls for breakfast or something, and I was like, "Are you human? Like, what the hell?" Like,
his cheat day, he'll eat like 2 whole pizzas and like a bunch of hamburgers and shit. Like it's like more than one
Oreos.
person could eat in a week.
Oh,
Box of Oreos, yeah, I think that was one of the things on
Yeah,
there.
it's insane, and it's almost like you're calling bullshit on it. You're like, I don't think one person can eat this.
He just takes
exactly,
the
man.
box and shakes it into his fucking mouth.
You smell what the Rock is cooking?
He loads
hates that, man.
Oreos into Pringles cans so that he can just fucking
Read that? Like,
Shoot him.
If anyone, like, you know, calls him the Rock, like he wants to be more professional, like that he gets like heaps annoyed about that. Like he just wants to be-
really?
yeah, Dwayne Johnson. I read that somewhere. Like, yeah, he just can't stand it when everyone's like Dwayne the Rock Johnson. That's why they've cut it out now. It's just Dwayne Johnson.
Doesn't it kind of feel like if he wasn't as muscular, people would make fun of him for being called Dwayne? It's like the only reason he gets away with that is the fact that like he'd kick your ass. Like if you start making fun, it's like no Dwayne. Yeah, no, cool, absolutely cool name, definitely cool name.
I wonder if he gets cool with DJ. Like, hey DJ.
Okay, pump it up, DJ.
Nah, I still reckon hands down best name I've heard of all time is John McClane. Die Hard, man. That is like the best name. I remember being as a kid and you know, shout out to my parents shattering my dreams before hip hop. I was like so obsessed with that film. I'm like, I'm gonna be a cop. And like, you do realize you don't jump out of buildings and stuff. You do like office paperwork and stuff. And I was like, all right, I don't want to be a cop anymore.
It's like parking violations and shit 90% of the time.
Yeah, not wrapping hose.
Not walking on glass and throwing people out of buildings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Hans Gruber.
Damn
like,
it.
Yeah.
Well, how do I get that job? You know?
That's so. I don't even think Australian police force have the cool little golden badges you guys have over there with the wallet or something. I don't think we've got that.
Where they flip it open.
Oh, that is so cool.
What the fuck do they got? They just got the plastic badge or plastic ID, and they're like, "Listen, Inspector, fool."
Oh, it's so bad, man. Like, I've never seen a badge before. All they have is like a little name tag with like their last name and their initial of their first. I'm like, oh, I'm Detective Johnson. I'm like, I can't take you seriously. Where's the goal? Like,
you see this name tag, fool? You see this?
Exactly.
Well, I guess. So, I mean, what you're saying is me and Matt could dress up like cops in Australia and get away with it because there's no badge needed. We could just, walk around with M. Gertz.
Well, actually, do you get like American cops? Like, can an American be like an Australian cop? Like,
is that a good question?
I don't know.
Wait, say that question again, man. What was that?
Can an American be like? Have you ever ran into an American as an Australian officer? Like, it's like an American, like, hey, motherfucker. I know, like, I'm an American, but I'm the cops. I'm the law.
No. Sorry, man, I just thought of RoboCop where I am the law. Yeah, sir. I haven't, man. But it's funny what you said. Like, if you do come over and like pull out the gold badge with the wallet and everything, I'd be like, yep, I'm dropping everything, man. Like, I don't know, something about that or when it hangs from the necklace. And
when they just raise it and then let it drop like they don't care.
Oh, that is just so freaking cool, man. Like,
if they have it on a neck, like a necklace, like their badge is on a necklace, I'm even more intimidated than like if they're just like have a wallet. Like, it's like, all right, is he like undercover? Is he like fucking special ops?
It's just I'm dropping
I will
everything.
Say we talked a little bit earlier, like before we started recording probably, about what things are real in America, movie versus like reality. I would say that's one of the differences is you don't see a cop's badge. They just pull guns now in America. That's the way they go. That's how you know it's a cop. It's like, oh, fuck. Yeah, no, absolutely, officer.
Yeah.
It's
they just need to show the gun. It's just like you don't even care about the badge.
No badge anymore.
He's like license and registration, motherfucker.
Yeah, he just shows the gun.
Just like putting it up to your like temple sideways, like so you can feel. He's like, you feel that coldness.
Like, I could have sworn that was a badge that you used to do that with, but all right.
But that is just so damn like something about it, man. It's just so damn cool. Like, I know, like, so it's a gun now. That's just disappointing, man. More scarier. Yeah, okay, I'm putting my stuff there, but like. Me personally,
the fact that a badge could stop someone, that's kind of badass.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I'm just like, I'm literally from Australia. I'm getting arrested by this badge. Like, yeah, tag again. You know, instead of like a shitty name tag, man. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm officer so I was like, oh, get out of here, man.
Yeah, they give the rent-a-cops badge like name tags here, and then if you see only a name tag, then you know you're good to run.
Those are the ones that like bust you for skateboarding.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Like I've like straight up like been busted, like he said, for skateboarding, and been like, suck it. Like,
just skate out of there.
Gone by the gate. The time they get here.
That's so good. Oh man.
Yeah, South Hills Malls, shout out. Used to always have trouble for skating there. And I think I remember a time with you especially where we had the evac in your Kia.
I may or may not have stolen a velvet rope.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about that. Oh man, good times.
And then we made my car into a nightclub.
So those are other stories. Back again to like how our lives do have a little bit of super bad elements in there.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
You can go to shopping malls and stuff. Like, is there still wiggers about, especially in California, man? Is there like heaps of wiggers and stuff around? Like,
in terms of
like white boys and stuff. Well, not even white boys.
It's weird because like that used to be more pervasive in like the, I'd say 90s. It was very like, oh, you're a white guy, you're a white kid dressing like a black guy because you listen to music. But now that's like the entirety of the young generation. So it's not divided anymore. It's just sort of become the norm that like it's assumed that most teenagers listen to rap. It's assumed that, you know, most teenagers kind of dress all the same way and like, it definitely has a rap influence to it.
Oh yeah, like definitely, man. But I mean like full wiggered out, like do-rags and like bandanas and just full like Malibu's Most Wanted.
I haven't seen too much Malibu's Most Wanted, but I can't rap about anything. Oh, traffic, looking for my chaps. No.
There's a full maverick.
Fucking, I don't see too much of that, but I'm also in Silicon Valley, like up near San Francisco. So I'm in the minority. As a white person, I'm more surrounded by Latino or Latina people from South American ancestry, or Indian or Asian. Actually, there's like I'm in the minority for sure.
Yeah,
but food is fucking dank as shit. Like I love the food out here.
California is gorgeous for food. I gotta say, like the blend of people is what creates that great food. And
when I see another white person, I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. I forgot.
San Francisco, man, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. How can you go wrong with that?
Yeah, listen up.
Yeah, man. Like, so, yeah, you're with like all the different races. You're like Carlton Banks, man. He's got white friends and all this, and Will's got all the black friends.
Right.
Yeah, with Alcatraz, man. Like, that's a good question. Did you think they escaped, or do you think they drowned? That's like all.
Well, I think they made it, honestly. I think
drowned.
At least one of them made it.
Yeah, I think personally, man, I agree with you. Yeah, like I think one of them made it.
I just feel like the odds are against them. They're so against them.
You know what I think though? You know, a funny other one is like, do you know about DB Cooper? God, I can't speak. Do you know about
Cooper was an American guy who robbed the bank.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Jumped out of a plane.
Yeah, it was the largest heist out of an airplane ever. They never found this motherfucker. He grabs a couple sacks of cash and he was like, peace.
He robbed a bank, hijacked a plane, and then tried to skydive out for his exit.
I think that motherfucker's dead.
I think they found some money.
I don't know. I feel like that dude died. Like
that's like Grand Theft Auto shit right there. Like literally find little trails of money.
One of the DLCs.
Oh, that's sick, man. I'm gonna look that up. Yeah.
So, are you a big video game player at all? Talking about GTA?
Man, I used to be. Well, not anymore, man. Like my brother, who's 3 years younger than me, he's into all the Call of Duty and stuff like that. But back in I've still got a PlayStation 2, man. So,
well, it's good. It's good to keep them.
Yeah, I used to be really bad in high school, man. I was one of those rager types where it's like I think I went through 2 TVs and like 3 controllers, man. Like I had this box TV with like a little aerial sticking out of it, and I reckon I should put it on my resume, like when I go for like job interviews, man. Like, you know, they'll be like, "What's your credentials?" I finished San Andreas. You know how hard that game is? Yeah, because I
top accomplishments.
Oh my God, it's so good to get 100% in that.
Oh man, that game was a nightmare to finish. I was so like felt so good when I finished it. I was like, wow, I've done nothing with my life. I've just finished the video game.
It's a very empty victory at the end of it all.
Yeah. So no, man. Like, I used to be huge into video games, but not really much anymore. I don't know. I'm very big on stories and stuff, and it's just the whole dragons and magic and stuff. It's not for me. So yeah, I feel like when I go, to game stores and stuff, that's all their category is just, dragons and stuff. And it's like, there's nothing here I like, So,
I can see why GTA kind of fit more in the lines of what you'd play then.
Oh, well, I'm just waiting for number 6 to come out, man. Like, they keep putting it on and then putting it on.
We all just want to know where it's going to take place. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like they need to get it out of the US.
I say Australia.
Hell yeah.
Put my vote in.
Dude, the Outback in there, you can fucking try to...
I want to run down some kangaroos.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, we don't ride them to work, man. No.
I want a pet dingo, if that's the case.
There you go.
Let me ask you this: Did dingoes come into the city? Like coyotes in the States, like, are everywhere now. Did dingoes evolve like coyotes? Are they in the cities and shit?
No, not at all, man. Like, the only thing that's crazy about us is, I think we were speaking about last time, spiders and snakes and stuff. They're the only problems that are, or was that another interview? I can't remember. But yeah,
that's right. Like, everything's poisonous out there, right?
That's why I'm never coming there.
Like, to outsiders, they're like, I'm not even coming in. It's like so easy for us, like a snake will like jump out and attack you, like, oh, okay, going about my day,
Oh my God, fuck that. Fuck
those. Girls over here would be Instagramming that shit.
Yeah.
Like spiders are like pretty, like, snakes I can deal with. Spiders are a whole nother thing, man. Like, sometimes it's like the size of my fist and everything.
Fuck that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
We don't have any spiders like that here. Like, we have like little wolf spiders.
Tarantulas in the Southwest. That's probably the biggest you're getting.
Yeah, California, right? Especially, yeah.
Or Arizona, New Mexico too.
Yeah, the desert. Yep.
I think it's not tarantula. I think it's called Daddy Longlegs or something. But it's like this real big furry one, and it comes in very country kind of areas. And I'm like from the coast, so I'm a lot of trees and stuff, and so it comes into like houses a lot in that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I told you the story like last week when we were setting this up, like the one that plopped on my face and I hit the high notes. Was that you guys?
No.
Okay, it must be another interviewer. My bad. Yeah, so God, it was horrible.
It's fine. I'm just glad you're okay.
Yeah, man, like there was this one time in my old house, I used to, like, my bedroom used to have this window, and the moon would shine in, so it'd like light up the room and stuff. And I remember this one time I couldn't get to sleep, and this black figure crawled across the roof, and it was huge, and I was thinking, God damn it, like that. And it literally Home Alone style plopped on my face, and it was like when Marv gets it on his face and he hits the high note. Yeah, literally like that. And I did like the dance, and it was horrible, man. It wasn't stuck to my face, but it was just furriness crawling around. It was horrible, man. Just knowing that a thing like that can like flip a grown man out,
Jeez.
Yeah, but they're vicious, man. Like, Daddy Longlegs are like, when you spray them or if you hit them with your shoe, because they've got such long legs, they get up on all fours and they try and jump in midair and like lunge at you. So it's like, yeah, you're just out of the room in an instant. Yeah,
it's crazy. We have daddy long legs here in the States too, but
they're nothing like these. Jesus Christ,
spiders that are like bullshit. And there's a misconception that they're the most poisonous spider in the world. Like, but they don't have fangs that are like capable of penetrating humans. It's not true at all. They're not poisonous. Even their venom isn't poisonous.
Oh man, like when they lunge at you, man, when they full jump in midair, like they're just, I'm out of the room. You can have my room.
We don't have spiders that lunge at you besides little harmless, like teeny jumping spiders. Like that's it. They'll jump at you, but that's it. Like no other spider. Every other spider is like, fuck that, I'm out.
I think there was one that we had over here. think we still do. I think it's called a whiteback, and I don't know. It was a story that used to creep the shit out of kids if we heard it. It was like if it poisoned you, your skin would start to like deflate and like start to like come off and everything or something. I can't remember. Like it was so weird. I can't remember where I heard that from, but I just remember it was such a talk of the topic for like years on it. It's like, don't get bitten by a whiteback because you're borderline fucked. And I was just like, Jesus, man. And like, yeah, I'd just be like watching out for everywhere that I'd like walk and stuff. Yeah, so that's crazy.
Yeah, they're nasty looking, man. I'm looking at them right now. They're gross.
I mean, despite poisonous things, there's a lot of other just general things that could kill you in Australia, including like bull sharks and box jellyfish. And
Are
shit.
there trees that if you like they can like give you venom, like if you rub up against them? I'm pretty sure Australia. If not, it might be Africa, but
I'm not sure, man. Like another bad thing is red belly black snakes. Like they're so sneaky and bad, man. And it's because they love warmth, and so when it's like especially, you know, high temperatures of warmth and stuff, so when it's like a summer day, they crawl into like, they slither into like under your car or like in the wheel of your car or in your motor and stuff. So like when drivers try and go to their car to open it up, they literally like think you're going to attack them, and they like come out of your bloody you know,
like the wheel weld there.
Yeah, like the rim of your wheel and stuff. And I remember my brother was like, I thought he was taking the piss out of me because I've never seen one before. And luckily, you know, slithered away. He said the red belly went under your car. I just called off all my meetings and stuff for like a few hours and just said, no, I'm going to drive my car later, you know?
Yeah.
That's the way.
It's like, I'd rather not fuck with this. And those are crazy. I just pulled it up. It looks like a cobra, or like a black cobra with a yellow, like, and red kind of stomach.
Welcome to Australia, guys. We're like Paul Hogan and stuff, man. Yeah, fights these things.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, like, it's just...
Well, it sounds like it is a struggle growing up out there in Australia. If the streets aren't getting you, it's the fucking wildlife, man.
That's hilarious, man. Yeah. Instead of gang violence, it's like a spider and snake violence.
Yeah, it's like us humans got to stick together because everything else is trying to fucking kill us. No, I'd really like to come and visit Australia. It's been on my list of places to go. I think it might be next up if at all possible. You're just a little bit north of Sydney, you said?
Yeah, man. So like, if you pretty much, you know, hit Sydney CBD, which is like Harbour Bridge, Opera House, and all that, and all you just got to do is catch a train 2 hours up, and I'm basically there. So it's crazy, man, because it's wigging me out, man. That it's like I've wanted to see New York for so long, and it's so easy for you guys. It's like, what is it? You said an hour and a half or something away. It's like,
yeah, Matt's not far from it. I'm in California now, so it's like a 3-hour plane ride, you know, to go home and visit family, because my family's all still back there.
Oh, it's like yeah, that's a dream for me. And it's like, oh, we want to see Opera House and, you know, all that, and it's just like, oh, that's just a train ride away. Like that's nothing,
right?
I don't know.
It's all about that's the nice thing, is like the more you get out and like experience all these other places and perspectives and stuff like that, that's what really kind of brings life into a full like feeling in a way. You know, that's what I've found in traveling, is just getting the other perspectives, seeing how other people live. It's kind of like, oh, okay, I feel like I've got a part I was missing out on before.
Yeah, I heard in like New York, man, like everyone's trying to like sell their mixtape on the corners and stuff just to hit the Rockefeller.
In San Francisco too.
It's everywhere. LA, like
any city,
Vegas, like you'll find it anywhere. They're trying to hand it to you, and then they'll ask you for a small donation.
Wow, man!
Yeah.
Is it like just like garbage, man? Like, is the majority of it? Like, do they do like where it's like the headphones and stuff? And it's like have a listen. And it's like, oh god, man, this is so.
Yeah, that's the awesome perform, and that's where you'll see the true talent. Like you'll every now and again you'll come across somebody performing on the street, and you're like, damn,
oh yeah,
that person's good.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Have you been to South Bronx, man?
Yeah, of course, man. What are you talking about? I love the city. I've been to the city many times.
Yeah, have you been to 1520?
Bronx, Harlem? Like I go everywhere.
Have you been to 1520 Sedgwick Avenue?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm bad, but there's so many fucking streets down there, dude. Like, I've gone to so many areas like to hang out in like Fulton and shit, like where Biggie grew up, and like, you know, just the
oh god, you're so jealous, man. Like, no, 1520 Sedgwick Avenue is the apartment blocks where like all the block pies and stuff, and day one of hip hop started, man. So
yeah,
that's why I want to just stand there and like have my little boombox and probably.
Oh, Matt, that's right off 87.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure I've been there, man.
It's on like the other side of the FDR.
It's so cool. Like, it's like an independent culture system down there. Like, each block has its own thing going on, and you know, people are just like family, and like you'll find like everything from a lot of like block parties going on, fucking dirt bikes like ripping down the middle of a city street,
cool ass murals and shit.
A lot of great art. Great art is a big thing about the city that I go for. Is like, I take a lot of photos when I go to the city of like this back like alley graffiti, or even just like sometimes it'll be paintbrush, like,
because we have a buddy who will paint down there, and he's always telling us about what he's seeing and stuff.
Yeah,
and bringing you along every so often too.
Yeah.
Did you hear about where was it? Was it Harlem? No, because Harlem's got the big L one. I think it might have been another side of no, I think it was Queens, and they had a big monument because they've got one of Biggie, one of Big L, and they were trying to get one of Prodigy from Mobb Deep. And someone, like, they've made this big monument mural, and someone, like, painted, like, over his face or something, got like a roller and paint, and just, like, had a massive uproar about it. Did you hear about that, man?
No.
That's some disrespect right there, though. I find that a lot, though, because there's people out tagging and shit like that. But, I mean, that sounds like they just didn't like the mural.
Yeah, that was pretty harsh, that one. Oh, Rucker Park. Have you been to Rucker's Park, man?
Oh yeah,
basketball court.
Yeah.
God, man.
I haven't played on the court or anything.
Yeah.
Really? No, it's like known for like one of the best street ball courts in like, you know, like hip hop culture, man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Look at our skin tone. That's why we're not able to get on that.
Yeah.
Not that we couldn't appreciate a good game.
Yeah, we just wouldn't make the cut. We'd be benched.
Yeah, benched.
That's awesome, man.
I got a nasty 3, I'll tell you that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I used to play basketball, but those days are
not anymore, man. Who did you watch, man? Who'd you go for?
What, watching?
Yeah.
The Raptors. I was a Raptors fan when I was young for a little bit. I never got into sports as much. Like, the only sport I keep up with today is MMA.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I love Joe Rogan and stuff, man. But
you got your Notorious shirt on right now. Is that for Connor?
Yeah, of course it is, baby. Well, it's kind of a match. It's like Notorious Conor McGregor, and of course, Notorious. Like, Notorious means two things to me now. Like, it used to only mean Biggie, but now, like,
Connor kind of took that from Biggie in a way.
It's like, McGregor, man, I can't help but love him.
What are you doing?
Oh, man, you're gonna hate me. I was on the Money Mayweather team, man. To be honest,
come on, bro. I wanted McGregor to end Mayweather so bad. I was like, this is an old man. McGregor should have no problem.
I do give him his props, man. Like, I was shocked of how many rounds he went with him. Like, that was so impressive, man. Like,
yeah.
You know, but
now Mayweather's getting into MMA too. So
that's just ridiculous, man. He's gonna be fucked. Yeah, like
it's gonna be modified rules if anything. And Dana White still said like bullshit.
No ground game. You're not allowed to hit him.
No kicking him at all. Don't you kick Mayweather? One leg kick to that little frail man, and he would just be fucking flipped at 360 real quick.
What is it? The embarrassment of CM Punk, like from WWE, going to.
That's who he should fight. If he comes to MMA, he should fight CM Punk. Like that's a legit like equal match. If he fights Conor McGregor in any rules where Conor can grab him, he's dead. He is officially dead. If Conor can grab him in any,
I don't think they're gonna let that fight happen.
No. Like, yeah. Of course, it's never going to be Conor in the octagon.
I don't think Conor even wants that fight.
Everybody's going to imagine it's going to be Conor, but like, yeah, no matter who it is, like, if they have any jiu-jitsu like background at all, more than like a year or two, like, he's fucked. He's literally done.
Yeah, man, 100%. Like, exactly. Yeah, that's a good thing, man. Like, just put him up against CM Punk. Like, that's so bad to that point.
Yeah, he would destroy him. I mean, we're talking the best striker of all time. CM Punk would try to make a move to bring him to the ground, and Mayweather would uppercut him into a new fucking realm.
Yeah, just go back to your scripted like wrestling kind of stuff.
Yeah. Definitely tough, but it's not MMA.
Now, here, how about this? BJ Penn, Floyd Mayweather.
No way. Penn's older and aged, but he would still destroy him with technique.
I mean, yeah, they're about the same height and weight.
Yeah, BJ Penn is a champion. I mean, he's like had a rough ending to his career lately, but
I reckon if they did set something up, Joe Rogan would have a field day on his podcast, man, talking about it for like weeks on end.
Yeah. Oh my
Gets
god,
tons of material out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a video gamer as well, surprisingly. But
Rogan paid $10,000 a month or something ridiculous for internet
to uproot his internet,
sitcom money, and to play Doom or
Quake. Yeah.
Like, yeah, he paid 10 G's a month, like with that star money to fucking play this. It's like, really, dude?
Some of that news radio cash.
Yeah.
Oh, God, man.
Yeah, fucking.
That's the tricky thing about internet, man, is like back in the day, you know, you would have to like disconnect your phone and you know, or like.
Oh my god, yeah, you couldn't get a phone call with that dial-up bullshit. It would like fucking kill your internet. You'd be like, fucker.
Yeah, to get like Google, like as much as Google would take like an hour just to get on, and literally like what is it? I think I'm 17, 18 hours in France, just like naturally talking to one of my guys I'm going to see like in a few minutes or something, you know?
Yeah, this has been nice.
Yeah,
crazy, man.
Yeah, it's so easy, so smooth. I'm looking at you, instantly talking to you across the fucking world. In a new fucking day in the future. I'm talking to the future right now. This is crazy.
Yeah, I can't give you the no lottery tickets or nothing like that, man.
Damn it. Oh, they don't play man, I always thought they played like the US lottery ahead of time in Australia so that you might be criminal mastermind scheme is done.
What was the point of the interview even then, you know?
Exactly.
Boys.
You have to be Mexican to win that shit. I don't know where I heard that from, but I've heard that so many times. You have to be Mexican to win that shit.
Well, you know what? I've always heard with the lotto, it's like the people that the people that need the money for the lotto would have more money if they didn't play the lotto.
Yeah. I don't think anybody breaks even.
Yeah, it's not going to work out for you.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great talking to you, though. Is there anything else that you'd like to throw out there? Places that people can find you? All that kind of stuff.
Personally, man, like I want to give a shout out to you guys, man, for sending this up. For sure, like it was so fun talking about like, man, like all about America, man. Like and my dreams a bit more about the place. Except
any questions you have, feel free to message us. You know,
100%, man. Yeah, except for the badges, I'm disappointed they don't show it anymore. So like, yeah, man, 100%. And I wish you guys the best with like future artists and whoever comes on the show. But yeah, majority of where people can find me, man, like updates and music and just whatever I'm doing in my career is just hit me up on Facebook at Mugzy, Mugzy. But here in Oz, it's Mugzy. I don't know why the difference is. But yeah, hit me up there.
Because Americans won't assimilate to the rest of the world. That's the metric system.
Yeah, man. So just hit me up there to all the viewers and the listeners, man. And yeah, that's where you can find me, man. So hit me up like a thumbs up, like and a message and everything, man. So Facebook's there, the good guy. Yeah.
Well, thank you for reaching out to us. I'm glad that we got the chance to cross paths here.
Too easy, man. Hopefully it wasn't too much like a Paul Hogan, man, because you can only find those guys like 2 a.m. at the pub, man. Yeah.
No, this was fantastic.
Yeah, this was good, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Too easy, man. Take it easy. Keep in touch.
Oh, definitely. Now let's step into our plugs real quick. You can check us out on Facebook. Search American Slacker Podcast. You'll find us there. Check the American Slackers group out. You can chime in with a bunch of slackers just like you. Also, stop by the Instagram, American Slacker Podcast, as well. Nice and convenient. You can see the promos for each and every show. And don't forget the main hub, AmericanSlackerPodcast.com.
You can also find us on Twitter and Reddit at AMERSLKR Podcast. All of our stuff goes on YouTube with even more content growing there. We're getting that video up for you. You can rate and review us on iTunes, 5 stars or nothing. And please tell a friend about the show.
And if you want to send us an email, AmericanSlackerPodcast@gmail.com. We'll get right back to you. And also check the Spotify playlist. You'll find the artists that we feature on the show.
You can also support the show by becoming a Patreon Slacker on our Patreon, which is patreon.com/American Slacker Podcast. And please head over to AmericanSlackerPodcast.BigCartel.com for any of your merch needs.
Hell yeah. If you want to get at me on my Instagram, MWG Media, and also on my Xbox Live gamer tag, Matty G from HP.
And mine is Landers the Plan for all them shits. Mugzy, it's been a pleasure. We're happy to have had you on.
Hell yeah. And until next time, that's it.
There you go.